Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is race number 17 of 24, the final race before the playoffs begin here in the NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series. Richmond International Raceway on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console, and we're green. Tyler McMurder on the pole for the first time this season. Just ahead of Jordan Green there. And that's Dustin McClintock in third in the 27 car. There's Michael Shoemaker in the 56, running in fourth, and Billy Milner in the number 10, running in fifth. Billy Milner has a win at Richmond here. A little bit of a new paint job there for the 84 bunch. With the flames on the front, looks pretty snazzy. We talked to Michael Shoemaker in the number 56 car, the mellow yellow 56. We talked to him about his big win at Talladega, clinching his spot in the playoffs here in the NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series, and he told us that he wants more playoff points when the playoffs begin. And he thought that he had a great shot here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. So far proving to be right as he runs solidly inside the top 5. Just an update, RJ Haywood in the 88 car, running in 6th position. And just behind him is Titan Alex Apoulos in the number 2 car in 7th. But then again, guys, it's very, very early here. We still have drivers like Caleb Lopez and Daniel Harmon running in 9th and 10th with very, very fast race cars waiting to pounce. And Jordan Green is not letting McMurder get away whatsoever, as Dustin McClintock in third has begun to fade a little bit. Jordan Green not beginning to fade at all, as he is continuing to hound Tyler McMurder for the lead. In fact, Dustin McClintock has fallen back into the clutches of Michael Shoemaker. And that's a battle for 3rd and 4th, just a little bit behind this battle for the lead. Whoa! McMurder got real close to the outside wall coming out of turn 4 that time by. Oh, and he's getting a little bit loose here. He's going to have to gather it back up. And then Jordan Green goes around on the outside to take the lead here at Richmond International Raceway. Oh, never mind. McMurder was able to stay on the bottom alongside the 39, take that preferred groove away. And so Green running in 2nd still at this point. And we had a car in the grass there coming out of turn 4. I can't quite tell who it is, but this might be bringing out a caution. And they're not driving like there's a caution coming out, that's for sure. I believe we're staying green. Again, this is the very last race before the playoffs begin. 12 drivers make the playoffs, and it is a 7 playoff race system, with 4 drivers being eliminated every 3 races, and 4 drivers having a shot at the championship at Homestead. The 7 playoff races are Charlotte, Dover, Kansas in round 1, Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix in round 2, and then you got Homestead. The final round, the final race, the championship race, where we will crown a Season 8 NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series champion. Getting a report that the caution is out on the racetrack. Don't see anything. We're getting word there was a 2 or 3 car incident, and it may have been over in turns 3 and 4. I'm not quite sure. So the car is beginning to slow down. The black and white car that you saw just in front of the lime green car, that's Daniel Harmon in the 62 car, bouncing back from some early contact in this race, up there in the top 5. Pit road will be open this next time by. We're going to speed up the footage so we can get you back to the action as soon as possible. It's McMurder, Green, McClintock, Shoemaker. That is your top 4. We're actually getting word that Daniel Harmon in the 62 was 1 lap down and therefore not in 5th place. It's actually Billy Milner in the 10 car running in 5th. Drivers making their way to pit road. There's a good look at Brian Wiggins in the 48. He's got some right side damage. Evidently he's been scraping the wall a little bit. It's going to be McMurder in the 84, Green in the 39, Wiggins in the 48, Milner in the 10, Haywood in the 88, McClintock in the 27. There's a driver there with no paint job, and we believe that it's Sean McNutt. Sometimes the game does not pick up on the custom paint job that the driver brings to the racetrack, which is very unfortunate, and it gives them the default black and red car, and it often gives them the same number as another driver. Green flag back in the air here at Richmond. Wiggins is underneath Green, and that's for second. And oh, big contact. Wiggins, I believe Wiggins put Jordan Green in the wall. Haywood went by them both for second. And McClintock is on the outside of Haywood, and that's a battle for second and third, and that's a tough break for Jordan Green and for Brian Wiggins, but Jordan Green may have had something for McMurder here in the 84, but now he's going to have some severe right side damage, and that car is not going to want to turn, especially in the center of the corner. Oh, and that's the first time we've seen the leader, Tyler McMurder, brush the wall. Richmond International Raceway. He's led every lap so far in tonight's event. The final race before the Season 8 NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series playoffs begin. 12 drivers make the playoffs. As of right now, the 12 drivers making the playoffs as they run on the racetrack would be Jordan Green, Ken Wirebo, Tyler McMurder, Caleb Lopez, Michael Shoemaker, Daniel Harmon, Brian Wiggins, Dustin McClintock, Jerry Ashley, Titan Alex Apulos, RJ Haywood, and Frank Edwards. Drivers outside the bubble looking for a win tonight to get their spot in the playoffs. Caitlin Lohr, Sean McNutt, Billy Milner. And all three of those drivers are in tonight's race, looking for something to happen. One-Eyed Brad is another driver in the race, as well as Kevin Longisle. So there is, in fact, 5 drivers in tonight's race that need a win, that require a win to make the playoffs and bump another driver out of the playoffs. And they're here showing their stuff, trying to get it done. There's the lead, the gap from Tyler McMurder back to Dustin McClintock. RJ Haywood running in third. There's Billy Milner in front of your race leader, Tyler McMurder. Evidently, he was involved in some sort of incident. And just an update for you on Jordan Green. He has rallied and recovered back to the 4th position after falling well outside the top 7, at the very least. Billy Milner goes one lap down here early in the going at Richmond International Raceway. Gonna speed up the footage a little bit for you. Jordan Green is now in 2nd place as he passes RJ Haywood. Excuse me. Billy Milner just made an unscheduled green flag pit stops, and he is now 3 laps down, if I'm not mistaken, here at Richmond International Raceway. And that's a shame, because Billy Milner was among the favorites to win this race, and he's one of those 5 drivers that requires a win to make the playoffs. So his chances of winning this race and making the playoffs have pretty much went out the window at this point. We'll get you an update on Dustin McClintock in the 27 car as soon as we have it. In fact, we have one right when we're saying this. He is now scored in the 4th position, as he has been passed by Jordan Green and RJ Haywood, and now is scored in P4. The top 4 are McMurder, Green, Haywood, and McClintock. And I believe it is Michael Shoemaker in the 56 car running in 5th. McMurder coming up on lap traffic here at Richmond International Raceway. We're going to have to see how he slices and dices his way through it. And we're getting word that Dustin McClintock was involved in some sort of incident, because he is now right there in front of your race leader. McClintock is locked into the playoffs mathematically. No wins this season, but he has a long string of top 5 finishes going. So tonight he can relax a little bit in the 27 car. That's Caitlin Lohr in the 4 car, filling in for the suspended Ken Wirebow. This is all just in front of your race leader. Like Caitlin Lohr let the leader, Tyler McMurder, go by on the inside. And that's Sean McNutt in the black and red car, another one of those drivers needing a win to advance into the playoffs. Right in front of your race leader, and it looks like he's going to let the leader go by as well. And it's a shame it's not showing us his number 3 paint job, because his paint job is probably the nicest among the NOSSCAR B and C division drivers. It's one for the eyes, I'll tell you. And there's Brian Wiggins getting past. Now, let's give a call out to Dustin McClintock. He's passed 3 cars ever since the leader has caught him. So McClintock is refusing to go 1 lap down. There goes Brian Wiggins up into the outside wall, so he surrenders the lead lap. Now the question is, does McClintock have enough to stay in front of your race leader? He's begging for a caution right now. We've had a nice long green flag run here at Richmond International Raceway. a 3/4 of a mile oval, known for its tight action, close bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, side by side bumping. And tonight we have seen the opposite. we've seen more similar to a Kansas Speedway event here. That's Titan Alex Apoulos in the 2 car just in front of McClintock. All 3 of these cars right here race for McMurder Motorsports. Alex Apoulos, McClintock, and your race leader McMurder, team owner of course. We have 2 casualties in the race here so far. 2 cars have DNF'd, and that is Kevin Long Isle, who will finish in 15th, and One Eye Rat, who will finish in 14th. 13 cars left on the racetrack. Whoa, looks like the 2 teammates nearly made contact there. Jordan Green's getting through the lap traffic pretty nicely. Green beginning to make up some ground on McMurder as Titan Alex Apoulos goes 1 lap down. That's 4 cars. Dustin McClintock in the 27 has passed to avoid going 1 lap down. And we're hearing a caution is out, and it's going to pay off for Dustin McClintock as he stays on the lead lap. And there we see why. It's Jordan Green, who was running in 2nd place. And now all these cars are going to be taking the wave around. That's why they're going around the leader, the 84. We're going to speed things up to the green flag pit stops. RJ Haywood running in 2nd. A great run for him. And they're on pit road. Brand new car for the 88 team, and there they are running in 2nd. The car's paying off. And it looks like Daniel Harmon did some pit strategy there. He's going to come out in 3rd. Michael Shoemaker's going to come out in 4th in the 56 car. And we believe that the orange car there is Caleb Lopez. He's going to restart in the 5th position, if I'm not mistaken. Now, many of the cars that took the wave around were just on pit roads. We're waiting for them to get things sorted out and go around and join the tail of the field. And the green flag is back in the air. McMurder, Haywood, Harmon, Shoemaker, your top 4. And Lopez rounding out the top 5. Harmon's going to take 2nd from Haywood, or is he? The classic Earnhardt crossover move was nearly executed by Haywood, but he had to jam on the brakes to keep from running into the back of Daniel Harmon. Oh, Caleb Lopez took a really high line there, and that's going to allow Titan Alex Apoulos to have a look on the inside. Jordan Green has recovered all the way up to the 7th position after spinning out there and bringing out the most recent caution. We're past the halfway mark in this race. 80-lap event here at Richmond International Raceway. Past the lap 40 mark. Oh, looked like Daniel Harmon and RJ Haywood both went up and made contact with the outside wall in turns 3 and 4. Harmon taking a lot faster of an entry, and that's not allowing him to get back to the gas as early as he wants. So every now and then RJ Haywood gets a run on Harmon if he misjudges it and comes close to brushing the wall out of the corner. Whoa, and 2 cars right there got involved with each other. It looked like it was Caleb Lopez and Billy Milner. Remember though, the rule here in the NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series and the NOSSCAR Milner Cup Series, there are no cautions called within the first 5 laps after the start of the race and after every restart. This is to prevent drivers from bringing out intentional cautions. And also it prevents the races from being caution fests, and it provides us with a lot more green flag racing. And it gives the incentive to the drivers to race clean, especially when we're all bunched up. Because if they get spun and they're 10 seconds behind the pack, well, it's not very fun racing until the next caution. It's been all Tyler McMurder so far in tonight's race. He has led every lap since the drop of the green flag. There's a 3-car battle going on for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And we're trying to get you footage of it. And something had to have happened to Jordan Green, because he's in front of the race leader, in danger of going 1 lap down. And a slide job there by Tyler McMurder in the 84. We can also give you another update that Jerry Ashley in the number 15 car is now out of tonight's event, and he's going to finish in the 13th position out of the 15 drivers who entered tonight's race. Again, it's the final race before the Season 8 NOSSCAR Thunder Cup Series playoffs begin. A 7-race playoff system with 12 playoff drivers, 4 drivers eliminated every 3 races, and 4 drivers having a shot to win the championship at Homestead. The 5 drivers who needed a win tonight to advance into the playoffs, the drivers who required a win to bump another driver out and put themselves in a position to win this championship, were Billy Milner, One Eye Brat, Kevin Longisle, Sean McNutt, and Caitlin Lohr. Now, out of those drivers, 3 of the 5 drivers are still on the racetrack. Caitlin Lohr, Sean McNutt, and Billy Milner. One Eye Brat and Kevin Longisle, the 2 of those 5 that are out of the event. McMurder has 2 wins this season, looking for a 3rd. Valuable 3 playoff points. Every regular season win gives the driver 3 playoff points. He's already clinched the bonus point for tonight's race for leading the most laps. I can tell you this. In fact, we're getting down into the closing laps here. About 20 laps to go, I believe. Jordan Green on the inside of Brian Wiggins. He was able to clear him. Now McMurder, the race leader, is going to put Wiggins 1 lap down. looked like a car was slow on the front straightaway, pulling to the inside. Maybe it was... Oh, and Caitlin Lohr in the 4 car bumped another car right in front of the race leader, and I think it was Sean McNutt who was involved in that, and I believe that this is indeed going to bring out a caution, and it is. There go the rest of the cars getting their lap back. McMurder, Harmon, they are your front 2 runners. Pit road is still closed. There's Caleb Lopez in the 95 car up to 3rd. Billy Milner going to get one of his laps back. Michael Shoemaker running in 4th. I believe pit road was open that time by, but... And it was. McMurder electing to stay out. Daniel Harmon electing to stay out. Caleb Lopez gonna stay out. The top 3 drivers stay on the racetrack, and I really, frankly, don't blame them. When we restart, we're not gonna have very many laps left. And you got to remember this, McMurder in the 84, he's given a couple races away this season from pitting during the last caution and coming out of the pits behind other drivers for the final restart. So I think that no matter what, he knew he was pitting, or excuse me, he knew that he was staying out for this caution. And Michael Shoemaker, flames coming out from under the hood on that car. It's a miracle that thing's still rolling, but it is, and he's going to restart in 6th or 7th, one or the other. And it looks like it's going to be P6. And I believe we're going green at the line this time by the final restart of the race, and the green flag is in the air. And a great restart by McMurder, and it looks like Caleb Lopez is going to get to the inside of Daniel Harmon. 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Here comes R.J. Haywood in his brand new lime green Quaker State Chevy, and there was a bit of contact made, but not much. Caleb Lopez takes 2nd place. They're trying to figure out which one of them is going to take a hard charge here for the race lead from Tyler McMurder, who has led every lap in this event. Lopez in 2nd, Harmon in 3rd, and it looks like Michael Shoemaker going to take 4th from Haywood on the outside. And we've got to only have about 3 or 4 laps to go here at Richmond International Raceway. The final race before the playoffs begin. 7-race playoff system, 12 drivers making the playoffs. And McMurder looking to cash in and get 3 more playoff points. Every win in the regular season gives you 3 of those. Does Caleb Lopez have enough time, and can he hold off Daniel Harmon and R.J. Haywood? They're still fighting for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I want to see this. Trying to get a better look at it for you. Oh, and contact was made back there. McMurder's going to come around and he's going to win here at Richmond International Raceway. 3rd win of the season. So that's 9 valuable playoff points heading into the 7-race post-race season. Whew! Caleb Lopez in 2nd, Daniel Harmon 3rd, R.J. Haywood 4th, Michael Shoemaker 5th, Dustin McClintock in 6th, Titan Alex Sapoulos in 7th, Brian Wiggins in 8th, Caitlin Lohr in 9th, and Sean McNutt rounding out the top 10. Thanks for joining us, guys. Head over to NOSSCAR.com/Thunder Cup Series to see where your favorite driver is seated for the playoffs. Take care.